Every time I talk to an Etsy seller who's struggling to see results, they usually fall into one of three categories. The first one is the optimist, and they believe that Etsy is easy passive income. The second one is the overthinker. Now they obsess over fonts and logos and colors and shop names. Now the third type of seller is the busy bee, and these are the ones who are working 10-hour days, but they're working on the wrong things. And in 2026, these three types of Etsy sellers will be hit harder than ever. And let's be honest, Etsy is not the same platform it was in 2023. And if you're building your shop on strategies that worked even 2 or 3 years ago, you're falling behind. But the real problem, it's not the competition, it's not that Etsy is oversaturated. The real problem is wasting your time on the wrong things. So in this video, I'm breaking down what each of these three seller mindsets gets wrong, what Etsy is rewarding in 2026, and then how you can adjust your strategy to win. Now, before we dive into the first mindset, if you are serious about building a profitable Etsy business, hit the subscribe button because every week we drop 2 deep dive videos with actionable strategies, real shop case studies, and behind the scenes breakdowns that you will not find anywhere else. First, why are optimists getting crushed? It's because Etsy is not at all passive income anymore. It's far from it. And there was a time when you could throw up a few cute digital prints and they would sell while you're sleeping. And that time is long past. So many of you who I've actually spoken with have launched 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 designs. You're missing SEO, you're missing Pinterest, you're missing the right pricing strategies, and then you're shocked that you have no sales in your first 2 months. So in 2026, Etsy wants sellers to optimize for relevant long-tail keywords. They reward you for driving traffic from outside of Etsy, whether that be Pinterest or Facebook or blogs. They even have a share and save link for you to use when you're driving that external traffic. And in 2026, Etsy values very compelling thumbnails and listings that convert. Being on Etsy is not enough. You really need to be both findable and clickable. So if you're assuming that Etsy will do the work for you, you might be in trouble. Traffic is your job now. Now let's talk about the second type, and this is the overthinker. And if you are an overthinker, I want you to remember that strategy beats perfection. Overthinkers, they want everything to be as perfect as possible before they launch. They want the shop name, the aesthetic, the packaging, but the truth is, messy action creates clarity. Over 80% of the shops that make over $10,000 a month, they tested their way to that level. They launched messy, they made mistakes, and they learned from that valuable customer data. So they failed quickly and they scaled quickly. And so many of the sellers that we worked with, before they came to us, they were working on their logos, they were finalizing their shop names, and they were focused on all the wrong details. And the people inside of our program, they are posting listings, they're getting traction with their SEO, they're building out a solid customer base that will keep coming back, and they're moving just at a completely different speed than the overthinker. So if you perfected a listing and then you created 10 listings that all looked the same, you're not testing. If you're not testing, you can't pivot. And in 2026, data compounds. The faster you can get customer data, the faster you can grow. So if this is you, if you're an overthinker, here's the strategy. You want to launch with at least 30 to 100 listings in your first 30 to 60 days. I realize that might be a push for you, but with this, we're using unique long tail keywords. So every different listing has completely different SEO. And then we're going to use outside inspiration for trends to drive creative direction. Don't rely on your mind to come up with these novel design ideas. We're going to use outside trends and aesthetics that have not yet become popular on Etsy as inspiration, and that will allow you to move faster and become a market leader. So the takeaway here is messy progress beats perfection, and you cannot optimize what does not exist. Now this third person, the busy bee. The busy bee is burned out. And if you are the busy bee, I want you to remember you cannot outwork bad strategy. You might feel like you have the strongest work ethic. You wake up early, you design for hours, you're messaging people, you're uploading new products every day, but your stats, they're staying flat. And I've worked with so many Etsy sellers who are putting in like 10-hour days, but not seeing any results. They have hundreds of listings and hardly any sales. They don't have an SEO plan. They don't know what site merchandising is. They don't know how to track their data. They don't understand why specific products are not selling. And oftentimes they don't really know who their customer is. And once we help you with a product framework and a framework that supports a higher average order value, then you know exactly what steps to prioritize every day. And then you only focus on profitable action steps for that specific stage of your business. Sometimes you work less and see better results because you're spending your time only on things that move the needle. I love that you have the foundation of work ethic, and now it's just a matter of spending all that time and effort doing completely different things. And that is what makes the difference in your results. And why does it happen this way? Why does being a busy bee not work on Etsy? Well, number one is that Etsy rewards order velocity. If you're a new seller, our top priority needs to be increasing the number of orders that happen every single day. So it's a focus on transactions and the number of orders that are happening in a short period of time. Also, SEO traffic on Etsy is driven by keyword diversity and customer-centric SEO, not product-centric SEO. So it doesn't really matter how many listings you have if you're not leveraging SEO in the right way. And that's why it's really about quality over quantity of listings. And lastly, offsite traffic, that is a multiplier when your listings are built to convert the traffic. Offsite traffic makes no difference if you're throwing listings up that won't be high converting. The takeaway here is that working hard on the wrong things is how you will absolutely burn out. The specific strategies you use are more important than the number of hours you're putting into the shop. So now let me give you what Etsy will reward in 2026. Number one, the use of relevant long tail keywords in your titles, tags, and descriptions, as well as other areas of the shop. So this means you're prioritizing clarity and specificity over flowery language. The next thing they prioritize is order velocity. We want to keep the ball rolling with the number of orders per day. So this could relate to how often you release new listings, the number of loss leaders in the shop, and how you're optimizing with fresh photos and updated keywords. And the next thing that they will reward is traffic ownership. So this means everyone should be doing the Pinterest strategy. And remember, Pinterest has two elements to the strategy. Number one is your SEO. Number two is the photos. You can't do Pinterest successfully if you don't have the right SEO, because Pinterest is a search engine too. And then Facebook is probably the fastest working thing you could do. We're not being spammy, we're being very intentional. And then if you're looking to build a loyal customer base, building and leveraging your own email marketing is going to be key. And this will ensure that your customers keep coming back for more. Also, we need to have a strategic product mix in 2026. This means not a one product shop. No t-shirt shops, no mug shops, no digital art shops. We want to have a variety of products. We have a special framework for this, but the whole idea is serving a customer in different areas of their life for 4 to 7 years, not just with one product for one purpose. You will also see much faster growth when you review your Etsy stats at least every month. So we want to be tracking your average order value, your conversion rate, the source of the traffic that actually places orders, and what else your current customers are coming to Etsy for. That is all part of looking at the data. So to recap, let me know which one you most closely fall into, the optimist, the overthinker, or the busy bee. And let me know which strategy that I talked about today you are going to start working on first. If you're thinking, well, okay, I don't really want to identify as one of these three types of sellers, let me give you a new identity. This is going to be the momentum maker. And this is someone who will take consistent action, who will learn from data, who will build strategic listings, and who will fuel their growth through repeatable, proven systems. Momentum makers don't overthink and they don't burn out on busy work. Every single thing they do in the business is a profitable action step that will help them get more traffic, increase conversion rate, or get more sales. And they don't spend time on anything that does not support that. So if you're ready to leave like your old way of operating on Etsy behind, subscribe to the channel because I will be giving you 2 new videos every week that will teach you how to create the momentum with practical steps. And if you'd like to come to one of my masterclasses, I do have masterclasses every month. It's totally free. We go very deep into strategy and I would love to have you there. You can go ahead and look at the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description or the comments to come to my next free class. And we have time for Q&A there as well. So it'd be great to have you there. All right, I'll see you in the next video.